Okay, how's everybody doing tonight? Just jumping on here a few minutes early to get things all set up. So I'm not waiting until the last minute. Okay. Now I like to jump on here and share the video. And I encourage you to do the same thing if you're able to, if you're willing and able. I don't know if there's an echo right now as I'm doing this. If there is, it won't be on here for long. I see my baby shared it. Thank you, baby doll. Appreciate that, Ava. Got a few more pages to go here. I like to share it to the Harrisville Haunted House, give them something to look at. You know. Share it to my personal page. We'll share it to, we shared it to Jack Shadows. And we'll share it to the Chiller Night Facebook group page. Aha. Jump off here so we don't have any echoes. Okay. I think we're covered. I think we're all covered here. Ava says no. That was the first. Okay. Must not be an echo. Mr. Tracy. Hi, Mr. Bryan. Hey, Mr. Tracy. Ava says you're welcome. Oh, thanks, baby. John says, I like it. I approve your choice to become Dr. Quest. Thanks, Dr. Quest. Roger says, good evening, y'all. Hey, Roger. John says, good evening, everyone. I bid you welcome. Ava says, no echoes. All right. I figured that's what you meant. All right. Again, we're on here. I got 2 minutes. 2 minutes early. Okay. How's everybody doing tonight? Hope everyone's had a good week and are about to have a good week coming up here with Thanksgiving. I don't have a Thanksgiving special episode coming up, so maybe we'll do one for Christmas. So I've only I've done that twice. I've done that twice back when we were Sleepy Hollow Theater. So we'll chat a little bit more about that as we get into the show. 7:59. We'll start here promptly at 8 o'clock. Okay, make sure I got everything. Got my notes. I don't have that many notes. Mr. Tracy says, the creatures of the night are flying. Get them, bugs. Oh, they're out there. All right, there's John's. I'll wait until the show's officially started, and I'll include it into the episode. What are we looking at here? 7:59. Well, we got about 30 seconds left, if even that. All right, that'll be here before you know it. I'm all set up. Audio is working. I can see the little thingamajigger moving, so 8 o'clock, here we go. Hey everybody, this is Bryan Hogue. Welcome to the Chiller Night Live pre-show, where from 8 p.m. Eastern Time until a few minutes shy of 9 p.m. I will sit here and chat with you, the viewers, and you with each other here. We're multi-streaming on Facebook and on YouTube. So Facebook can see only Facebook comments. YouTube can see only YouTube comments. Fortunately, however, I can see both of yours through my multi-streaming wizardry. John says, it's time again for your weekly stuffing, and it's not even Thanksgiving. This is Crozak the Grand, and time for the Chiller Night pre-show with Bryan Hogue. And here we go. Thank you, John, and Crozak the Grand. Appreciate that. Owen Ritz says, on the edge of my seat. Well, thanks for joining us, Owen. James says, hi, I just started watching the program. Well, thanks, James. Thanks for joining us. Mr. Tracy said, electric chair. A human. What? New batteries. I don't know what that means, but thanks for joining us nonetheless, Mr. Tracy. All right. Owen says, I need a Friday night chiller. We were, for a while, we were having Jack Shadow's Friday Night Frights, where Jack Shadow was on here live, interacting with viewers and playing a movie. So I can't say that I honestly have any plans on bringing that back anytime soon, but I've been kicking the idea around in the old noggin a bit. I'm sure Jack Shadow himself has been kicking that around inside that skull of his. We'll see what the future brings in many ways, actually. David says, good evening. Champagne popped and poured. Cheers. Well, thank you, David. Thanks for joining us. Brian says, hello, all. Hey, Brian, thanks for joining us. Miss Tracy says, cool. Okay. All right. Well, hey, now, what this is, if you're new, and some of you are, like I said, it's a pre-show where we just hang out for an hour prior to the television, the Chiller Night television programming and online programming that comes on at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And where can you find this? Where, you may ask? Streammedia.tv. Streammedia.tv. Unless you're in Venango County, Pennsylvania, then you can find it on your local television programming. Now, tonight's programming will be, are you ready? Now, don't just say you're ready. All right, you're ready. Here we go. Scheduled tonight at 9 p.m. Chiller Night Theater. The movie is Kill, Baby, Kill. 11 p.m. Chiller Chat. My guests are David and Diana Silvio, and that is part 2 of a 2-part episode. And we taped that live back on the 9th. At 11:30, Chiller Night Theater. The movie is Samson versus the Vampire Women. 1:30 a.m. Chiller Chat. My guests are, well, that's part 1 of the David and Diana Silvio episode that we did on November 9th. And 2 a.m. Chiller Night Theater. The movie is Jesse James meets Frankenstein's daughter. So there you have it, folks. And again, you can find that programming, the Chiller Night programming, at streammedia.tv beginning at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. So that's less than an hour. All right, so there you go. Hope you stick with us. Poultrygeist. Oh no, Poultrygeist. Thinking of the turkey coming up this weekend, I'm sure. Terrence says, hello everybody. Just saw Last Night in Soho. More of a thriller than horror, but a great film nonetheless. 10 out of 10 stars. Highly recommended. Okay. Last Night in Soho. I have not seen that. But thanks for sharing that. Last Night in Soho. If anybody wants to check that out, if you do, let me know what you think of it. Terrence gave it 10 out of 10 stars. That's must have liked it quite a bit. Cassandra says, hi everyone. Hey Cassandra, thanks for joining us. Mr. Tracy says, turkey dead and Gibbles. Turkey, yes, well, turkey, dead turkey is the best way to eat one, I think. That's just my opinion. Doesn't have to be yours. We are a non-judgmental group here. Diana says, hi, everyone. Hi, Diana. Diana and Cassandra are here. All right. Well, I'm glad we have both of you here tonight. Brian says, Ghostbusters Afterlife was excellent. Okay, cool. I was wondering how that was going to be. Well, there we have Brian's seal of approval on Ghostbusters Afterlife. So That's cool. I'm curious to see what they are going to do with that. So that's neat to know. Jock Dredd says, I just finished Black Christmas 2019. 3 out of 10 stars. Oh, okay. Well, there you go. I'd take Doc's recommendation there. He is a movie reviewer, of course. So 3 out of 10 stars. Not too good. Al says, hi, everyone. Hey, Al. Thanks for joining us. All right, so I'm pretty happy with the lineup here tonight. Like I said, Kill Baby Kill, Samson versus the Vampire Women, and Jesse James meets Frankenstein's daughter. Those are the 3 movies. Of course, every Saturday night we play 3 chiller movies, and in between those, we have the talk show Chiller Chat. Now, if you've seen over the last month or so, you've seen where we've been actually doing like an hour episodes. We've been having our episodes, so it's only scheduled for 30 minutes, but we get it at the end of the show, and like I asked the guest, hey, I get a feel if you want to continue, and they've been doing that, so we make an hour out of it. So we just divvy that up into 2 episodes, because for Stream TV, it's no, you can go on these on the YouTube channel and check these out in its entirety, and it's in its raw form, but I edit the shows and I send them to Stream TV, and you get to watch them on Stream TV. But Brad says, it's a Chiller Night pre-show with Bryan Hogue, starring Bryan Hogue now. We missed you from last week. Here's Bryan. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Brad. I'm glad I double checked that. Yeah, we had. And I appreciate those who voice concern. Maybe I should have just come out and said, our refrigerator died. And I wrote some of you the message, direct message, but our refrigerator died last Saturday. Last Saturday. It's like, oh no. So we had to rush out and go refrigerator shopping. So we did just that, and we got a pretty cool one there. Mr. Tracy says, Silent Night, Deadly Night. That's a good one. We've done that one here on Chiller Night Theater. That's a good one. Replying to Cassandra's replying to Al. Hi, Al. Al says, I like the beard, Bryan. Oh, thank you very much. I don't know how long I'm going to keep this. We'll see. I never really had a long-term objective with this. I'm just playing it by ear. So we'll see if I like it. I'll keep it. I had one before I started doing I had one back in 2017, and I think it was getting a little I don't know. It didn't look it's coming in a little better now, I think. So we'll see how it goes. That's all I can say. Non-committal, Mr. Tracy. Icebox time. Yeah. If that's a reference to the refrigerator, it was not a chiller refrigerator anymore. So we had to go out, and we purchased it last Saturday night, but we didn't get it until Wednesday. We didn't have it delivered until Wednesday, so we had to keep things, on ice until then, and coolers. What a pain! But the freezer was still working, so that was good. Doc, is your refrigerator running? Better go catch it. Oh, Doc. It was not running, as a matter of fact. John says, Black Friday is coming. A little holiday horror section the day after Thanksgiving starring Bruce Campbell. It's going to be groovy. Black Friday is coming. Really? Is that a movie coming up? I have not heard of that, but I'm sure it'd be funny and entertaining if Bruce Campbell was in it. Craig says hi. Hey, Craig, thanks for joining us. Mr. Tracy, icebox time, huh? Yeah. Well, we managed. Now, Chiller Chats, what we've been doing on Tuesday nights, we've been having live Chiller Chats. And we've been doing it just like this. I have viewer participation. Viewers can ask questions and leave comments, just like we saw with David and Diana. We had the Eerie Voices Paranormal Society on here. We had Doc Dredd on here, but for a few of those we had. Now we've had a ton of guests over the years, but this is kind of just recently where we are able to have guests on with video. That's right where you see them right there, folks. It's something I've always wanted to have. There's a few bugs, a few little gremlins, as David and Diana were. I'm so sorry things didn't go as smoothly as I wanted. It was not quite. I kept getting distracted with an echo. I kept hearing an echo, an echo. So I am sorry that the audio was not as I wanted it to be. I did a few adjustments on here, and I hope that helps out. I hope I was able to take a lot of that out, or some of it. And we'll see Tuesday night, as we have Sean Kelly from the Pittsburgh Paranormal Society will be our guest this coming Tuesday on the 23rd. So hope you get a chance to join us Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, same way you're watching this. If you're around Tuesday night and you want to just you want to check it out and you want to hear from Sean Kelly from the Pittsburgh Paranormal Society, hope you join us and ask your questions and leave your comments. Be happy to read them. Brad says, have you ever been Black Friday shopping, Brian? If so, what was the craziest Black Friday experience? I've never done that. I've never felt compelled whatsoever to go out on Black Friday. A lot of people do it. Ava's done it. I know she likes that. I don't know. It's never been my thing. So, don't they have online equivalents to that? That's my thing. I'd just rather sit at home. But you know, hey, well done to those who get up early and drag themselves out to the stores to get those deals. Better them than me. Better them than me. How about you, Brad? Have you ever done that? Or any of you? If so, what was your craziest Black Friday experience? Anybody have any? You may regale us with your stories, with your tales of Black Friday if you want. Doc says Cyber Monday. I thought so. I thought there was an equivalence to that. Brad says, yes, just don't get trampled to death. LOL. Yeah, that'd be my luck. Yeah. Well, hey, folks. I wonder if I have a picture up here. I don't think I do. I was sent an email from a viewer named Tracy from North Dakota, and they wanted a picture of Jack's shadow. So I figure I'm going to sign this right now because, unfortunately, the request had come in October, and I had some things going on, and I was preoccupied, and it's I feel bad about it, but I basically forgot to do it. And they emailed and very, very nicely asked, hey, I'm sure the zombies didn't get to the post office in time. So I actually emailed Tracy back, and I said, Tracy, if you're watching, or even if you're not watching, I'm going to go ahead and sign this. I'll sign in proxy of Jack Shadow. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. And I'll do it live on the show to make sure that I don't put that in the back burner of my mind. So I'll do that right now. We used to do these during the Jack Shadow Friday Night Frights. That was one of the things that we'd give away as a prize, or I think we gave them both a photo and a book, The Spirit of Halloween. All right, there you go, Tracy. There's proof. There's proof right there. I did it live. So we'll let that. We have a bunch of these. Not a bunch of. Actually, I don't have that many left over. There's one of the crew, the Chiller Night crew, with Jack Shadow, Aura the Witch, and Elvon Knock. we have me for Chiller Chat. I, but I guess if you want a picture of Bryan Hogue, there he is. That's about 20 pounds ago. Um, there's a press kit for Chiller Night Theater. Yeah, I don't have that many pictures left, unless I have them somewhere else. That's actually the last one I have. I have to get some more of them printed. We just through, I guess, conventions and sending them away, and people ordering them online and stuff like that. That's yeah. I'm seeing I got to go get some more stuff printed. All the Aura pictures. Aura has one in here, and actually Elva Knock. And they must be somewhere else. They must be somewhere else. I know I have more of these around here. But anyways, so Tracy, I'll get that out in the mail. There you go. There's your autographed picture from Jack Shaw. So Mr. Tracy says, watch on YouTube, safer. Yes. Anytime you can watch something from afar, it is indeed safer. Depending on where you're watching it, I guess. Carrie says, I'm thankful that a lot of stores will be closed on Thanksgiving. I'm thankful for that too. I feel that they should. Unless you're out there saving lives, you know, your emergency response or something like that. I don't know. I'd like to see that stuff shut up, closed up for the holidays, the major holidays like Thanksgiving and Christmas. That's my thought on it. Must be you as well, Carrie. Brad says, Black Friday shopping on Thanksgiving. I'm thankful that I didn't get hurt, LOL. Oh, they actually have it on Thanksgiving. Do they have it? Do they have it during Thanksgiving, or do they have it to where you come in like at midnight or 10 or 11 at night? Is that the case? I don't know. I honestly have no idea. I mean, it seems odd that they would be open on Thanksgiving, but maybe they are. I don't know. You tell me. I don't know enough about it. I think Ava goes on Friday. Actually, on Friday. John says, when I think of Black Friday, I think I hear the music from the Star Trek episode Time Amok when Spock fights Kirk in the arena. dark, I know. Yeah, and then throw them each a broom and have them go at it. That's funny. That's a visual that I can hear. Doc Dread, have to leave for a while, heading out to the studio. Might pop back in later. Have a chilled out, chiller night, everyone. Thank you, Doc. And I'll mention this later as well. We're talking about Thanksgiving. If you don't hop back on here, and if I don't see you Tuesday on here, then have a very happy Thanksgiving. So thanks for joining us tonight. As Tracy says, Black Fridays. Oh my. Yep. I know it. So, yeah, this coming Thursday is Thanksgiving. I almost said Halloween. That's not right. That's not right at all. Yeah, that was my jack-o'-lantern from the Halloween episode. You know, that is the actual picture of the jack-o'-lantern. What I did was carved that out. I was carving it out, and then I had to do. If you watch the Halloween episode, which was the Brainiac, you can see the jack-o'-lantern was on the set, and I messed around with the filming before I filmed that episode, and I thought, because I had it here on one of the chiller chats, and it was actually sitting here, and I had it lit, and you couldn't even tell. So what I did was I took a video of it. That's not just a picture. That's an actual video, and you can't even see the little candle in there lit. You can't even tell. But there is a little tea light candle, and you can't even tell. But nope, can't even tell. But anyways, I took a picture of that in front of the green screen, and then I was able to place it in here, and it just looked a little better, and I was able to place it on the windowsill or wherever. I put it wherever. So I thought that was kind of cool. I'm getting a little creative, you know. Michelle's giving me the wave from the grave. Little Mickey Mouse looking hand. Mr. Tracy says Skeleton Turkey Day. Yeah, will be by the end of the day, huh? Mr. Tracy says pumpkin pie and Cool Whip. Ah, a great combination, no doubt, no doubt. So, 8:20. Look at that. Now, like I said, this coming Tuesday will be Sean Kelly from the Pittsburgh Paranormal Society. Then the week after that, it's scheduled to be Brian Yeager, Lumberjack LaRue from professional wrestling. He's been independent circuit, and he was my heavyweight champion for some time for Dark Horse Championship Wrestling. Not the only champion. I've had Shane Taylor on there. You might know from Ring of Honor. He's on there quite a bit. But yeah, Brian's going to be on. He'll be talking about his experiences in professional wrestling, and not exactly a chiller topic, but one that I think it's going to be a fun episode. It's certainly going to be if you used to watch. I know Brad, you used to Dark Horse Championship Wrestling. It'll be fun to kind of reminisce on some of the matches and some of the experiences that he had there. And we didn't make it easy on old Lumberjack. We'd put him up. I remember put him up against some young bucks that really wanted to take the title from him. So we didn't give him an easy go at it. I'll tell you that. Brad says, I heard that despite the cargo ship trade inflation around the U.S. crisis, they have plenty of Star Wars, The Last Jedi DVD and Blu-ray discs in stock. Oh gosh, no, LOL. Yes, that's one thing that will probably be in stock, be in people's stock for quite a while. Yeah, I don't know. Brad, you just you know the trigger. I can't stand that movie. Can't stand that movie. Love Star Wars, but what that prequel trilogy did to it, or the sequel trilogy, I mean, it was horrendous. What a heaping pile of garbage that was. That was horrible, horrible, horrible. But I do like to see the way it's fun being a Star Wars fan right now, just because of the streaming series that they did with the Mandalorian, and now next month, Boba, the Book of Boba Fett's coming up on December 29th. And I've made it official. I'm allowed to talk about that on the Chiller Show, or Chiller themed program, because it's my show. No, but it's also science fiction. It's fantasy. It's Starlog magazine, famous monsters magazine. I meant to say, used to showcase Star Wars all the time, so I can do it too. By golly, I almost feel like I gotta justify that. I feel a little guilty. Andrew says, have you seen the movie Jack Frost, where Jack Frost is a serial killer who is on the way to be executed and crashes into a genetics truck which fuses his DNA to snow. Then he tries to get revenge on the town. I have not seen that. Something... It's giving me a vague recollection of maybe seeing that trailer, but I can't say that I've seen the movie. I think that one I would remember. I don't recall seeing that one. Brad says at least they fixed it. Well, the Star Wars? Well, I hear that they are going to fix it. Actually. I hear, and I don't know, who am I? I don't know. I don't have any insiders at Lucasfilm. I don't know anything about that other than what I hear from various people who do claim to have insiders in Lucasfilm, and a lot of their claims have turned out to be pretty accurate. So I don't know, but yeah, one of them said that there is an idea that they are going to retcon the sequel trilogy, and they're doing it right now through these various timelines. See, what they're doing is they're doing all these different streaming services or streaming series like Ahsoka, Obi-Wan. That's going to be coming up here pretty quick. The Obi-Wan Kenobi series, and of course the Book of Boba Fett. Mandalorian season 3, and they just have a bunch of these series, and of course it's Jon Favreau. It's the same people, the same mindset behind the Marvel universe, tying everything into a final end game, the end game, the story at the end. So, and I see that happening here, and my understanding is, particularly through the Ahsoka series, is something is going to happen to change, to alter the timeline. Will that happen? I don't like it when they get crazy with that stuff, but if it's done right and they can fix that sequel trilogy, I'll be all for it. I normally don't like that stuff because it takes away from the in anything. Whether, I don't care what genre it would be, in horror or science fiction, or it would likely be science fiction. But when they do that with the timelines and they screw up those timelines, or the multiverse, that gets just a little too crazy because there's no significance to any occurrence. Dr. Doom kills the Hulk or something. I'm just saying something to illustrate a point here. I don't know if Dr. Doom killed the Hulk, but I'm just saying that as an example. Okay, it doesn't matter. It's not that interesting of a story to me because the impact of that happening, that would be a monumental event taking place in a storyline. It's like Peter Parker or the Spider-Man killing the Green Goblin back in the early 70s. When that did happen, killing Norman Osborn, that was a big monumental event that took place in comic books. And then years later, they brought it back there. He was really alive, and then that cheapened the impact of that happening in the story. I only like that type of thing if it's done well, if it's done right. I don't know. That's my take on that. It had nothing to do with Chiller. I'm sorry that we had to steer off like that, but I'll bring it back in. Brad says episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker. You're just not going to let me get off this Star Wars, which is fine with me. I could talk about Star Wars all night, but I'm sure some of you want to talk about more of the monsters. And tell me what you want to talk about. Anybody see that movie, Blood Freak? And I'm saying it because Thanksgiving's coming up, but we did a show where, and I'll put the schedule up again, but we did an episode of Sleepy Hollow Theater. It was back in our first year that we were running, back in 2008, and Jack Shadow. It was coming up on Thanksgiving. We did a Halloween episode. We did a Thanksgiving episode. We did a Christmas episode. But Jack Shadow, the week before Thanksgiving, he showed Blood Freak. He started showing the trailer to it, and then he stops it and says, "Nope, I'm sorry, folks, I can't do that to you. That's not going to be the movie." And we did it as a joke, but Blood Freak. Has anybody ever seen Blood Freak, about the guy who turns into the big giant killer turkey man? If so, leave your comments. I'm really curious to see what you thought of that. Mr. Tracy says, WKRP in Cincinnati, I thought turkeys could fly. Oh my gosh, that was a hilarious episode there where they did the promotional turkey drop out of the helicopter on WKRP in Cincinnati. I love that episode. That was hilarious. Especially with Les Nessman's commentary as, oh my God, the horror! They're starting, starts out very friendly, and wow, they're throwing something out of the helicopter. And then, of course, as the turkeys are getting closer, they realize that the turkeys are just being thrown to their deaths. And then, classic comedy there. That was hilarious. All right. Anybody ever watch that show? I loved it. All right, so right now I'm going to put up the schedule where in half an hour you're going to see the following. Ready? Here we go. 9 p.m. Kill Baby Kill. That is a Mario Bava movie, a very well done movie, good ghost story movie. 11 p.m. Chiller Chat. That is my David and Diana Silvio part 2 of a 2-part episode, and that was taped live on November 9th. And 11:30, Chiller Night Theater. The movie is Samson versus the Vampire Woman. That, good folks, is about, if you've not seen it, that is about a masked Mexican wrestler, El Santo. And Jack will talk a little bit more about, the changing of the name from El Santo to Samson. Versus the Vampire Woman. No, it's actually a pretty decent and entertaining movie. Hope you get a chance to check it out. 1:30, Chiller Chat. My guest is David and Diana Silvio, and that is part 1 of that 2-part episode, of course. And Chiller Night Theater. The movie is Jesse James Meets Frankenstein's Daughter. That's at 2 a.m. So there you have it. There you have it. And then Brad says, tomorrow is WWE Survivor Series 2021. Tomorrow at 8 p.m. on Peacock. Peacock has some pretty cool TV shows and movies. That it does. That's a pretty neat channel. I do enjoy that one. They have a lot of things on there. If you don't have that one on your Roku TV or your smart TV or whatever method you use to watch this stuff, I'm saying that because I don't know what all the options are. I know we have a Roku TV, so but that is a channel that is worth checking out if you're able to do that. I don't watch a whole. We were talking about this over the last couple of weeks about coming up on Halloween. Midway through October, they came out with Chucky, the Chucky series on USA and Sci-Fi, and then they came out with Day of the Dead series on Sci-Fi. Now, I didn't have high hopes for either of those, but I think it was just, a fun fact that they were doing those series. Whether I'll check them out or not, I intend to, but whether I'll get around to it or not, I don't know. I can't honestly say, I will. I think it's neat that they have them. But I've been watching this. I've watched the entire series of Deadwood because I'm a Walking Dead fan. Not so much with Fear the Walking Dead, but it used to be a alternative, just something to fill as a filler to fill the gaps until The Walking Dead started back up again. As of about a month ago, I just stopped watching the show. I just don't have the interest to watch it anymore. Maybe, I don't know. But when I was watching The Talking Dead with Chris Hardwick, he was always having guests on who were on Fear the Walking Dead, who he would say were on a show called Deadwood. I had no idea what Deadwood was, and I've said this over the last couple of weeks, but I started watching that. And it has a lot of the same actors who were in Fear the Walking Dead. And I'll tell you what, I will say this. I wanted to bring this up. The girl who played, what was her name on the show, Fear the Walking Dead? Hold on, I'm going to look this up because I just happened to see another hate comment there on my YouTube. So many people hate the Chiller Night Theater on there. I mean, a lot of them love it, but man, I get a lot of hate on there. I don't understand that. If you don't like it, if only there was something else to watch on the internet. So, what was I looking up? Kelly Dickinson, I think, is her name. Madison, that's it. I don't even have to look it up. Madison is her name. Honest to God, I mean, I watched Fear the Walking Dead, and I didn't know that the lady could act. I just didn't. She was always the same, very monotone, very, very, very uninteresting character, and I couldn't stand the character. I just couldn't. I thought it was a boring character, and then I see that actress on Deadwood, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this woman is actually a very good actress. You know, and I don't know why they did that. They were trying to make her tough, you know, this tough, strong. But you can do that and still have good acting, okay? They made her into a very boring cardboard cutout, stereotypical, trying to make her look and sound tough, and it didn't. She didn't pull it off very well. Um, but I will say that the show Deadwood, I was sitting there watching it like, wow, she's actually a very good actress. So you know, a lot of it has to do with the role that they're in, of course. But um, Brad says just no stream TV on Roku. No, not. I don't have any updates on that. When they're gonna get, if and when they're going to get that Roku channel back, I don't know. John says I remember seeing Blood Freak with the were turkey monster. Yeah, it's a werewolf. That movie was crazy weird. Ah, yes. I've never seen it. I've seen the trailer. I laughed. I thought it was hilarious, but I've never seen the movie. Uh, if I watched more TV to begin with, if I watched more movies than what I do, I'd probably sit through it just to have a laugh. But I don't watch that much TV, and when I do, it's not for a long time. Bonet says, "Hey, hello, Chiller Night crew, Brian and Ava. Hope all is well with everyone, and that everything is Jake in the Hogue household. Jake in the Hogue in the Hogue household. Missed you last week, and I was worried something bad happened. Well, thank you, Bonehead. Thanks for joining us. I don't know if I was how much is Jake in the Hogue? Well, everything's good. If that's what you're asking, everything is good in the household. And even out here in the dark realm of Jack Shadow, sitting just outside his castle in the dark domain. But yeah, everything was fine. I explained earlier, actually our refrigerator broke, and it was like, oh no, oh no, got to go out and get a new one. You know, the week before Thanksgiving, and yeah, just a mess. But no, everything was fine. But it had to be something I had to jump right on and get it taken care of. So. But yeah, but I appreciate your concern. All right. So what's going on with everybody? What are your plans? You traveling that day? Are you staying home? Are you going out with to meet up with family and friends? So I know we're just going to be here at the Hogue household and have a few of the relatives over. So I think that'll be a nice day. Looking forward to it. I love the holiday season. I really do. Bonin says, Brian, the beard is coming along nicely. Don't worry, the itching goes away once the beard grows in a bit. Oh, I know. Thank you. Yeah, I've had them before. In the most fully grown was back in 2017. The reason being, you know, I've had jobs, you know, being in the military, being a police officer, spending a career as a police officer, and you know, a lot of times I've had jobs where you were in uniform and you were not permitted to have a beard. So I guess I kind of got used to that over a long period of my life. And but then in 2017, I thought, wait a minute, you know, I'm not in either one of those anymore. So, you know, I'm going to go ahead and just grow one out. And I did. I enjoyed it. But the thrill came and went. So, but I don't know. I didn't have an intent to grow a beard this time. I just went a little bit without shaving. I thought, we'll see where this goes. So that's kind of what I'm doing right now, seeing where it goes. So if I do a holiday special, well, thankfully, if you see Jack Shadow before now, and if you know I'm still having this, I don't think anything will be noticeable behind the mask and makeup. So, yeah, what was I? But yeah, I'm just yeah. Like I said, we'll see where it goes. We'll just see where it goes. See where it goes. I was going to say something, and my mind just kind of went a little blank there. But what was I talking about? Deadwood, Fear the Walking Dead. Um, Brad says, you said that WWE WrestleMania has evolved pro wrestling over the years when you watched them on Peacock. Well, I didn't actually. You know what I watched in order. And here's what I did. When I stopped watching wrestling back in like the early '80s, going into about '83, '84, I was not watching it as much. Um, I I really stopped watching it when they had the Rock and Wrestling with Cyndi Lauper and Hulk Hogan and all that stuff. Not a bad idea from a business point of view, but as I explained last week, like from an old school wrestling fan, it wasn't my circus anymore. It was somebody. It was too much, too over the top, and it wasn't what I enjoyed. I like that old gritty studio wrestling. That's what I liked. Um, that's just I would have done anything to been able to be in the old smoke filled arenas back in the day, watching Nature Boy Buddy Rogers or Lou Thez or Gorgeous George or some of the really old school guys. I would have loved to have experienced something like that. I think that would have been pretty cool. And in my head, even though I didn't originally see those guys, I have seen those guys through, you know, YouTube or DVDs, mostly through DVDs that I've done along the way. Um, I had a lot of catching up to do because I stopped watching wrestling like a long time ago. And then I've always loved that though. I didn't love a lot of the stuff after that, to be honest with you. I didn't love a lot of that stuff because I didn't watch it. And then I went away to the service and overseas and stuff, and I just didn't keep up with any of it. I didn't. A lot of it was just stuff I was unfamiliar with. When I came back and was starting up Dark Horse Championship Wrestling, um, what got me renewed my interest in wrestling was the movie The Wrestler. I watched that and I was like, wow, that was so much fun back then, because they started out with this character who was a wrestler, big time wrestler in the '80s, and then where is he now? He's doing the independent circuits and the little conventions and the local VFWs and stuff like that, and there was something that appealed to me about that. I thought it was a really well done movie, and that kind of rekindled my interest. And I started out with a show called KICW, Keystone Independent Championship Wrestling, and that was on our local TV station for several months. And then Halloween started, and I had to go all in on my haunted house and keep up with my chiller show at the time in Sleepy Hollow Theater, Jack Shadow. And then after that, I wanted to get back into it, but I wanted things to be different. I wanted things to be different, and so I just branched off on my own and made an organization called Dark Horse Championship Wrestling. So I'm telling you that because I had all those years in between, from the early to mid '80s until 2012. That's when I started that up, to catch up on. I had a lot of stuff to catch up on. And so I was ordering DVDs. I was trying to catch up on stuff that I'd missed and fill in those gaps the best that I could. So there's a lot of stuff that I'm not familiar with when it comes to that. Mr. Tracy says, used to watch wrestling with Grandpa. Yeah, that just sounds fun. It brings back memories, that feeling of nostalgia. Brad says, yeah, Bruno Sammartino wasn't too crazy about the wrestling changes that Vince McMahon was doing. Yeah. Neither was Bill Cardell, to be honest with you. He and I were talking about that, and he wasn't a fan of that at all. Because Bill Cardell, the voice of wrestling, there's the connection there. Chiller Theater, Chilly Billy was, some of you older folks might remember this, or maybe you've looked that up on the internet, but he was the voice of wrestling for studio wrestling. But yeah, I'm too old school. Gold World Order says, "Hey Brian, do you remember United States Championship Wrestling? Bruno Sammartino was a commentator. Buzzkiller, talking zombie from Western Pennsylvania." I don't remember that one. And there were some of the, Miss Tracy says, like the old wrestling. Me too. But there were some of the wrestlers like that were big in their territory. Remember, back when I was watching this, there were you still had your territories, and it wasn't Vince was at that time syndicating it, beginning what we know it to be now. But back when I was watching it, you still had these territories, and if you didn't get that channel, the only time I really saw those wrestlers was in the wrestling magazines that you get monthly. You're reading about them. But I didn't have a way. You couldn't get on YouTube. I didn't have videos. Didn't have video back then, or at least we started getting that, or at least your average household. We didn't have that for a long time when I was a kid. But so even though they were famous in their territory, I might not have even seen that wrestler until much later on, when I started doing research and stuff. So that was a fun thing for me. Yes, I love horror. I always loved the chiller shows, and a lot of you watch the show, and I appreciate that, and I thank you for that. And there's for some reason, there's a lot who have been bombarding my channels here recently. Who just hate it. I'm like, if only if only there was something else to watch on YouTube. If you don't like a hosted horror movie, if you're, I think maybe you could find something else to watch. But Brad says, yeah, there's a difference between the old school Sammartino and the Hogan McMahon standpoint agenda. Yeah, and like I said this last week, I'll say it again, even though this isn't a wrestling show, and I'm kind of getting sidetracked, and I apologize to those who don't like wrestling. To me, it always kind of went hand in hand in chiller, only because on Saturdays, I've said this before, on at 6:05 p.m. on TBS, there was wrestling that came on in Georgia, and then you'd have chiller theater that came on 11:30 p.m. That was always a big, Saturday was my favorite day for watching TV because of that. Wrestling, and then later on chiller. So again, those shows influenced me so much, and I have a great nostalgia for those programs, that I produced my own programming along those lines with wrestling and a chiller show. So I guess to me, I'm comfortable talking like that until I realize, like, I don't know if everyone likes that. Maybe you want to talk about Frankenstein, which I'm more than happy to do. This getting together here for the pre-show is just a place to meet up. We'll talk about whatever you throw my way. If it happens to be wrestling, we'll talk about that. There's a lot of people who are fans of both, and if you want to talk about horror, lay it on me. Throw something in there. I sometimes get sidetracked with Star Wars. That does happen. I'm not going to lie. And I have a lot of my interests are very multifaceted. But those seem to be three topics that the horror, science fiction, particularly with Star Wars, and then with professional wrestling, that are commonly talked about on this program. So don't be surprised if you do stop in and check out the show. Please feel free at any time. Just throw out some topics. That's what this is. This is just a meeting place for us. We chat about pretty much whatever you want to chat about. Now, we do have an interview show that I do on Tuesday nights called Chiller Chat. Now, that's more focused when the guest shows up. Like Tuesday night, I had a guest who was scheduled to be there, Tim Gross, but he couldn't show up at the last minute. And I was trying to get in touch with him for probably a good half hour while the show was going on. And so we just it was an improv show, and it was a good one. It was fun because you guys are doing what you're doing now, and you're throwing a lot at me to where we just chatted. It truly was a chiller chat, but thankfully I won't have to do that, at least on the schedule. I do have a guest for this coming Tuesday. That'll be Sean Kelly from the Pittsburgh Paranormal Society. Be curious to see what he's been on the show before, but I'll be curious to see what he has done in the meantime since we've last talked to him. It's been probably at least a year since he's been on the show. Or maybe not. Maybe it hasn't been that long. Maybe it was last January, so it's been within a year. So seems longer ago than that, but Bonin says, I hate to be a bother, Brian, but what's the schedule for tonight, please? A bother? Good sir, this is why we are here. Not a problem. Here's the schedule right here. At 9 o'clock, in less than 10 minutes. Less than 10. 9 p.m., Chiller Night Theater. The movie is Kill, Baby, Kill. 11 p.m., Chiller Chat. My guest is David and Dinah Silvio. That's part 2 of a 2-part episode, of course. 11:30, Chiller Night Theater. The movie is Samson versus the Vampire Woman. 1:30 a.m., Chiller Chat. My guest is David and Diana Silvio. That's part 1 of that 2-part episode, taped live from November 9th, a little bit ago this month. 2 a.m., Chiller Night Theater. The movie is Jesse James Meets Frankenstein's Daughter. And all 3 of those are episodes that were from this year. They're new ones from this year. The thing about those 3 is you can only see those at streammedia.tv. Streammedia.tv. They're not on YouTube. I don't put the Chiller Night Theater episodes on YouTube anymore. So those who do like Chiller Night Theater and give the compliments and the well wishes on YouTube, the ones that are on there right now, those are the only ones that are going to be there. The ones who don't like Chiller Night Theater and just full of hate and negativity, well, I hope your life gets better. If that's what's bothering you, I don't know what to tell you. But I will say you won't have to worry about it because I don't put the episodes on anymore. Not that one anyways. In fact, I'm thinking about changing the name to Chiller Night for the YouTube channel. I might just do that because the decision came from it came over a year ago because I just keep getting hit with these frivolous copyright things from YouTube. So that was what ultimately came to that. That's in fact that's the only reason I'm not putting them on YouTube. So you gotta go to streammedia.tv when it's on. It's not preserved anywhere. It's not playing anywhere else. If you want to see that episode, that's the deal. So I wanted to try that. I wanted to see what, I've been wanting to do that for a while anyways. Even back when I was still putting them on YouTube, I thought it'd be kind of cool if you have to go at this time or whatever time is on that schedule to see the show that's not available on YouTube. And I wanted to try that and see what kind of feedback I get. So I'm curious to see where that goes. Ghoul World Order says the submarine couldn't find him on its radar. Maybe that's it. The boop, boop. Yeah, we had numerous attempts where I was calling on that Skype sound that sounds like a submarine. Ghoul World Order said, I used to watch his show, Raw Fear. Which one's that? Raw Fear. Who I'm sorry, I'm not sure who I know there's a delay there, so and I'm sorry, my mind trailed off after whatever we were talking about. So Mr. Tracy says, me and Lubber. Me Land Lubber. Me Land Lubber. All right. All right. Bonin says, thanks, Brian. I love Chiller Night Theater. I wish you still uploaded Chiller Night Theater onto YouTube. I appreciate that. I would if I didn't get, and in fact, I just got it from the other day about Carnival of Souls. You know, I what was the other one I put up? There was one that I tried putting it up here recently, and it was a very well known, long established public domain movie. I can't think of it off the top of my head, but I know it bothered me because I actually have a strike now, and this is the danger. I've actually been shut down on YouTube from doing the pre-show and chiller chat on YouTube because I got shut down for a while because of that. And that's the danger that's the risk I take when I put a Chiller Night Theater episode on there. So I think I might change the name of this YouTube channel instead of Chiller Night Theater YouTube channel, just Chiller Night, because that's kind of an all-encompassing thing there. I could put maybe the little skits from Chiller Night Theater, leave the movies that are on there, and then just post the pre-show and chiller chats. That's what I'm thinking about doing. So. Ghoul World Order says Sean Kelly's old show. Oh, Sean Kelly, of course. Okay. All right. I didn't know about Raw Fear. I didn't see his show Raw Fear. So, okay, that's cool. Well, I hope you get a chance to check out his him being on the show here Tuesday. And Al says, "Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Enjoy the holiday." Thank you, Al. I appreciate that. Happy Thanksgiving to you. Bonin says, "Don't worry about them trolls that don't like your show. It's a case of mind over matter. Don't mind them because they don't matter." Yeah, I don't worry about them because I can't take it seriously when someone's there like I hate every one of these, or making a comment that is like that, because it's like, obviously you can't be that stupid. You can't. This has to be a troll. This is just somebody who wants to, get their keyboard muscles inflated, that they're, I don't know, sound important to themselves or whatever, because you can't be that stupid. If you don't like it, why would you watch more? Why? You tell me. This has to be somebody who's just out to try to stir something up. So I don't comment back to them, but everybody, actually, I get many more people who do like the show and like Jack Shadow. And so to them, I appreciate them watching. I do appreciate the comment, and I do answer, or at least like or heart every single comment that's ever made. I think so. At least I try to. James Rose says Vincent Price movies are great. Will you guys be showing any? Well, we have. We have showed. We've shown. Just off the top of my head, I'll say The Last Man on Earth, The Bat. Remember him and Agnes Moorehead. What else have we shown? Oh, House on Haunted Hill. We showed some of these just not that long ago, and those ones are on YouTube, James. If you do want to check those out, they are on YouTube. So, but if we get more, if I do another one, I mean, I'm always for playing a Vincent Price or a Bela Lugosi movie or Boris Karloff. There's plenty enough of those movies in the public domain that I can play. I just can't put them on YouTube, apparently. But if you wanna check out the programming, it's almost time. On streammedia.tv. If you wanna go there and check it out. Terrence says, "This show rocks. Screw the trolls." I know. Thank you. Brad says, "Chiller Night Theater in 5 minutes. Get your computers ready." I know we can't say Roku's anymore, can we? Watch out for those copyright posters. I know it. Bonin says, "I'm grateful and thankful for all you do, Brian. And there's no better entertainment than your shows. Please keep up the great job." Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I do appreciate it very much. And thanks for watching, and all of you guys. And Tracy, if there's any, if there's a chance you're watching this now or later, since I emailed you and let you know I was going to do this on tonight's show, there you go. There you go, Tracy. I know. I finally have your picture. So I'll get that out in the mail on Monday. And everybody, have a very happy Thanksgiving. I really hope you do, and lots and lots to be thankful for. Every day I say, and in all seriousness, I do say, I have 1,000 things to be thankful for today. I wake up every day, no kidding, and I say this without exaggeration. That is the first thing I think of, and I mean it. I mean it every day, and I hope you do too, and I hope you realize that there are many things to be thankful for. So have a happy Thanksgiving, and maybe we'll see you Tuesday if you stop on by. If not, I'll see you next Saturday. So have a good night. Have a good chilling night. We'll see you next week.